Last night's Raw was damn awesome, which makes me even more excited for tonight's SmackDown Live. So tonight's show will be the first SmackDown Live event since the WWE draft. We've got unique rosters. Raw was fucking awesome last night, so this show is highly anticipated. It's coming from the first Niagara Center in Buffalo, New York, and somebody asked me yesterday, since I do Raw previews, will I now be doing SmackDown previews since it is now live? And yes, of course I am. I'm doing SmackDown previews every single week from now on. So if you haven't seen my Raw review from yesterday, then damn, make sure you go and watch that because it was absolutely awesome. You definitely want to hear my opinions on everything which happened on that show. If we can get 300 likes on today's video, that would be absolutely awesome. But definitely tonight's SmackDown is highly anticipated because on Raw, it just felt like a new era. So on SmackDown, are we going to get a new arena? Are we possibly going to get the Fist? How is SmackDown possibly going to top Monday Night Raw? I have no idea. But I'm really looking forward to the new logo, a new intro, a new song. Are the announcers table going to be on the stage like it was on Raw? Are we going to get that Fist? The blue ropes? It's going to be insane. So we're going to get right on to this. So we've got a unique roster on SmackDown. So we've got to start off by talking about the WWE Champion, Dean Ambrose. Now, he walked out as the champion at Battleground, but it now does seem like the Shield triple threat has been put to bed for now. It might come up in the future, but for now, they're moving on with things. So who is Dean Ambrose going to face at SummerSlam for the WWE Championship? Now, AJ Styles and Cena are busy. So is Randy Orton. So who else is left to face Dean Ambrose for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam? I have no idea. There's only two names that I think are credible to face Dean Ambrose for the WWE title. You've got Bray Wyatt and you've got Dolph Ziggler. I think it's more likely going to be Bray Wyatt than Dolph Ziggler, but they are the only two names I can see right now credibly being able to face Dean Ambrose for the WWE title at SummerSlam. How they get to that point, I have no idea. Are they going to have some qualification matches like they did on Raw last night to determine a number one contender? I really hope so, because their matches were freaking insane last night on Raw. What do you guys think? Who do you think is going to be the number one contender for Dean Ambrose's title? I'm sure we should get to find out on tonight's SmackDown who that is going to be. Speaking of Cena and AJ Styles, it does really seem like their feud is set to continue. It's no coincidence they have been put on the same brand, SmackDown, so that feud is going to continue, so watch out for that one on tonight's SmackDown. Now at Battleground, Cena got the win, so currently in the feud is 1-1, so it looks like we are going to get a huge rubber match at this year's SummerSlam to see who really is the better competitor, who is going to get the win in the final finale match. Now this feud is definitely going to continue, but what stipulation will they add to that SummerSlam match? I'm almost certain it will not be a singles match, because we've already seen that. This is the finale. Could it be a Hell in a Cell? Could it be a cage match? Who knows, guys, but I'm sure that feud is going to continue, so watch out for that one on tonight's SmackDown Live. Also at Battleground, The Miz somehow managed to keep hold of his Intercontinental Championship. Now, Darren Young was screwed out of that match. He could have possibly won until it ended in a double countout. But what do you guys think? Is Darren Young going to be able to get his rematch? Because he is on Raw, so how does that work? We haven't really figured that out yet. Is Darren Young still going to get a rematch, or is The Miz going to move on to the SmackDown brand and keep that title primarily on the SmackDown brand? We really don't know. It kind of seems like Darren Young could get a rematch, but it also kind of seems like that's only going to be on SmackDown. The title will stay on SmackDown, and only SmackDown superstars can face for that title. We really don't know, so hopefully on tonight's show we get more of a sense of an idea of what is happening with The Miz, what's happening with the Intercontinental title. Can we get some qualifying matches on tonight's show to see who could be the number one contender? We really don't know. It doesn't really make sense for the Raw Darren Young to face Miz again, but they could do it because we're really just starting out with the draft and they're getting everything sorted out. We will also get 5 debut superstars on tonight's SmackDown. Now, whether all of them have a match tonight is another question. I think since it is 2 hours, we might get 1 or 2, but I don't think we'll get all 5. That might be quite difficult to do, but we've got Mojo Rawley, American Alpha, Carmella, and Alexa Bliss. I'm really excited to see American Alpha. That should be absolutely awesome to see them on the main roster finally. But after Battleground, it did kind of seem like Mojo and Zack Ryder are actually going to be teaming up again. What do you guys think of this? Watch out for that on tonight's SmackDown, because Mojo helped Zack Ryder against Rusev at Battleground, so it may be that's what they're doing, because they just doesn't really seem like they know what to do with Zack Ryder. So putting him in a tag team with Mojo with the Hype Bros once again, that would be something to keep Zack Ryder busy. And that might be a reason why Mojo Rawley got a shocking call-up to the main roster. So watch out for that one on tonight's show. Will we get the reformation of the Hype Bros? Lastly, this big, or I think pretty small story is the fact that Heath Slater, he hasn't been drafted yet. Is he off the Raw? Is he off the SmackDown? Will we see him backstage tonight trying to convince Daniel Bryan to sign Heath Slater to the SmackDown brand? We really don't know. Most of the Social Outcasts, all the Social Outcast members have gone to Monday Night Raw, so it does kind of seem likely he will go to Raw, but he could also go to SmackDown, but I'm really not that bothered about that. But what do you guys think? Where do you think he's going to go? But that still hasn't been sorted out yet. Anyway, last week SmackDown got a higher TV rating than Monday Night Raw, and I definitely think SmackDown has an even higher chance of getting a higher rating on tonight's show, because Raw last night was freaking awesome. So definitely the whole WWE universe are going to be buzzing about SmackDown tonight. I think a lot of people are going to tune in to see how SmackDown tops Monday Night Raw and how they managed to do that. I don't know if they will. I think it's very, very hard for them ever to come close to last night's Monday Night Raw because it was so good. They don't have Finn Balor, so I don't think they're going to be able to do it, but it should definitely be an interesting show. I'm really excited to see who is going to be the #1 contender for the WWE title, and the Intercontinental title is pretty intriguing as well. Did you guys enjoy Raw last night? Hopefully SmackDown is just as good, but it should be pretty difficult. I think the only way they can top Monday Night Raw last night is if they bring back the Fist Arena. What do you guys think? Hit that like button. Let's go for 300. Take care. Spike your hair.